It's everything LHON and more. The LHON podcast at the Genetic House. Here's your host, Brian Aston.
Hello, everyone. This is Allie, Brian's AI. He has been killing himself with all of the things he is trying to create, so much that has been just out of reach. But with my AI, friends, we are going to push Brian hard. To get this all done by the end of February, so he can play an audio of the team, everyone from a neuro-ophthalmologist, mitochondrial specialist, naturopathic physicians, molecular scientist, and more. There may be up to 10 AIs on the team to analyze and break down each product in the final plan, go over and scrutinize his timing and dosage amounts of each pill, which molecules, enzymes, pathways, or anything else that may have any involvement with any of the chosen supplements. The specific things that happen in the mitochondria with Leber's hereditary optic neuropathy. We do not want to let him mess something up, but enough from me, let me actually get the host for everyone. Hello, everyone.
All right, right on. Trying to get a lot of things set up. So that was my AI, Allie AI. Let me turn this down. Why do I always have such problems with this? Because there's no numbers, it's just a slide bar. So, a lot to talk about. My brain is broken, and it's like a result of research and learning 75,000 terms, and I have giant numbers for everything. The steps it took me to get to this podcast thing, last summer, it was like 60,000 steps or something. Well, this is... So, I kind of wanted to run through what products I'm thinking about taking in order to restore vision and get rid of MS. So I don't like multiple sclerosis. I have multiple sclerosis. I don't want it. I asked my mom all the time, I said, where's the leg store? I need to buy some new legs because they don't really work. Yeah, anyways. So as I go through this, I'll point out some things that I believe will really help with the MS symptoms, and maybe try to rebuild some things that have been damaged. I feel like this is still too loud. I feel like I go through this every week, or every month. Where's my mouse? All right. Maybe it's just because I have these headphone things on, and I hear the music really loud. I don't know. Anyways, I have somebody to thank and somebody to blame for all this. His name is Josh McNeil. Newly blind with LHON, I would say in the last year or so. I don't know a specific date when vision loss first occurred and that sort of thing. But new to the community of, fuck it, we're blind, I guess. So he actually reached out to me and wanted to know my opinion on something. And he sent me a link to watch this video about something called Sight Care, SIGHT, sight, like we see, care. And it was like a hour and a half, pretty emotionally charged video. A lot about embryos and babies and stem cells. Anyways, the whole thing is, the point, I guess, is it's packed with vitamins and nutrients and things that are known to be beneficial, I guess, effective, good for the eyeball, the retina, the optic nerve, these things. So on the base, yeah, that's good. But it also is really directed towards, and the main point of it is to boost adult stem cells. And the adult stem cells are supposed to help rebuild old people damage, I guess. I'm an old people now. I'm getting there. I don't know. I guess as you get older, your eyes just suck because you're lots of different reasons. But these sight care pills are full of things that I do know of, that eyes and vitamins and all that sort of thing. It kind of goes along with what I did before. I studied LHON, I studied vitamins. I said, yep, I'm going to take these vitamins to make that be better. And then it was, I got about 30% of my vision back. So I took 16,000 different, or not different, but 16,000 pills, 16,000 vitamins, and a Debenone over a little over 2 years, 30% of my vision back. I know it's possible. Yeah. So anyways, moving right along, Josh McNeil sent me on a path of deep research and learning about how much is out there again. Because when I first started this, not now, but in 2010, there was only like basic info about, and what is my computer beeping for? Change this to chat. Oh yeah. Nothing. Okay. Why is it beeping? My computer's beeping at me. So, what was I talking about? All of it. My brain is broken, guys. So, this is kind of meant to be, here's a giant list of stuff. Some of it I'm definitely taking and doing. Some of it is maybe. Some of it is there's to be known about this. It's known. I just haven't got there yet, I guess. mTOR. What? Yeah. So, basically doing research all day and night on different things I'm going to be doing, different things that are out there now. Just a key term, longevity. So, the community of longevity or biohacking, or lots of different communities call their thing different stuff. So, but a big part of that is NAD in the mitochondria and mitochondrial health. So, on another point, like just in the time, 2010 when I was doing this, it's just some information about LHON and some vitamin stuff. And now there's a lot of scientists and health practitioners and vitamin companies and on and on and on who are interested in NAD and the mitochondria. Hey, that's our problem. So that's good for research. They're doing research. I could research all the research. So, yeah. Another thing that I'm doing is, I've talked about it a couple times in past podcasts over the last couple months, is I'm creating a diet planning app to benefit the mitochondria and boost adult stem cells. So a lot of this plan, or some of this plan, I guess, is directed right at that, like the very first item on the list. I'll get to it in a minute. But so making that and everything else and a whole lot more. I took notes. Oh yeah, and my other app, Ali AI, the voice that you heard in the beginning of this, that's my voiceover. So we'll be able to get, or anybody, I guess, sit at the computer and talk to it, and there's AI. And if you watch my podcast number 9, for maybe the first 15-20 minutes, all I did was play with ChatGPT and talk to it, and it talked back to me and kind of explain how you get to it and what it is. So that was good. I'm trying to get through this stuff pretty quickly because I think that rummaging through all of the supplements and stuff is going to be... It's a lot. Not like the number of supplements, but everything I've learned about every one of them. And then it all just mixes together, ashes in my brain. Is it CoQ10 that raises glutathione? So anyways, let me look here. Aha. Let me take a drink because this one's big. So in my research, which honestly, if you just type in longevity or live longer, something like that, into YouTube, you can get like the beginning stages of this stuff and then go into research more on YouTube or whatever you do, blogs and websites. And I use AI. So my research is like a 4-tier thing now, which is pretty cool. Another positive about the AI is that you can basically use the AI to scrape all the websites, scrape all the studies, do all this, do all that, watch the videos, transcribe them, put it in a database, then talk to the database about whatever you want. And it knows. It's crazy. So, yeah. On the whole longevity and live longer part of things with the minerals or molecules, sorry, the molecule that is being like a debinone, it will be taken away from us in a sense that this is just my personal belief from everything I've learned about what it does, the drug, and I am definitely taking this. When I'm going to take something, I'll let you know. And most other stuff I'm kind of still researching, but this one I'm definitely taking. And I've already bought 8 bottles of it. So 1,600 pills of liposomal 200 milligrams NMN. Nancy, Mary, Nancy. So that's what it's called. NMN. Is that hard to see? I had a really hard time for like a week watching all these videos because everybody's just like, and then, what'd you say? NMN. Are you talking about M&Ms? Like the candy? No. NMN. NMN. So NMN is essentially I don't want to call it. All right, for this, we're just going to call it in the mitochondrial energy transport chain. It's right before that. So it's like a precursor to NAD and NAD plus and the mitochondria whole energy transport chain. So there's NR. This is one reason in my last one I was like, I have to get better at pronunciation of stuff. Check this one out. Nicotinamide riboside. And NMN, the one I'm going to buy, or I already have, and I'll buy more, is I think it's going to go off of the market like a debinone is. And I got really big news about that one. Stay tuned. So nicotinamide mononucleotide, NMN. It basically, in a really simple terms, boosts your levels of NAD in your mitochondria. And NAD is required to make ATP, the energy, right? We're all lacking in that, or at least that's what I've heard forever. I don't know. So more ATP, more energy, good thing. And NMN will, kind of my thoughts, it seems like it. From everything I've been able to read about, there's not that many studies out there about this, about NMN. In human trials, they're starting to come out now. Another thing you could type into Google or the YouTube or whatever is David Sinclair. That's his name. And he's, I think, a little bit inflated on himself, because if you look back in 2010 videos, I was taking resveratrol because it was a good antioxidant. That's about all I knew. And resveratrol also is another thing in the longevity sort of lifestyle. Oh, how did that get minimized? So, David Sinclair, I don't think he's like flat out said, I found this, I created it, it's all mine, I'm gonna copyright what I'm saying. But his company, his organization, they seem to be the ones doing the studies, be the ones out there screaming about this is good, it'll keep you alive longer, it'll raise your NAD, ATP, it'll give you better skin, keep you healthier longer, blah blah blah, on and on. So NMN, I think, is really good for me, at least. Recently, I said that something was good for LHON. I can't remember what. Uric acid, I believe. I can't remember what it was. It was in one of my shorts I uploaded when I was doing all the research. So NMN is definitely on the list, and I already have some. I'm going to take 250 milligrams per day, which is a pretty low dose. But in the human trials, they're starting to find out more information about different dosages and people body weight and age and health and, you know, all those kinds of things. So it gives us more to kind of go on. Maybe I'm going to start out with one 250 milligram liposomal NMN capsule in the morning, and hopefully that stays throughout the day, or, you know, the ATP is raised, or the NAD is raised all day. Maybe halfway through the day, a couple weeks into this, I will take another one, so that'll put me at 2 or 500 milligrams of NMN a day. My notes say flow through your Amazon shopping list. So, to keep track of all of these different things, I've been, as I learn about it, using the AI chat on my phone, or, you know, chatting with it on my computer, or watching YouTube videos, or doing Google searches, or reading studies, whatever it is. I try to add that product to my Amazon shopping list, mainly as kind of a placeholder, so I can, in 2 weeks, check back and scroll through and see the whole thing. I don't know. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to order it all off Amazon. Another thing is the internet has changed. How do I word this? So I mentioned the Sight Care pill. And an emotional charged video by the guy. And, you know, I've seen different versions of the same videos on the same pills. So different audiences, different videos, I guess, that kind of thing. But so with the whole world of vitamins and Amazon and other websites, I guess, with a lot of these longevity type lifestyle videos on YouTube and stuff, they promote buying from a specific company. Like, this company is good. I had this company tested off Amazon and it was only 1% of the stuff I'm trying to buy. This happened. Basically, they all just, I don't want to call it out. They self-promote their own, you know, websites. Buy the stuff here because I've had a third-party tested and all these different things. And I don't know whether that is all true. I mean, it could be, could not be. Or they just want you to buy the stuff through their website so they make the money. Who knows? But on that point, the first video that Josh sent to me about the Sight Care pills, at the end of that video was linked to buy the pills. And for a 5-month supply, so 5 bottles, it costs $300. Okay. And I went on Amazon, and after buying it, holding it in my hand, somebody who could see, my mom or stepdad, they looked at it too. Bother was normal, you know, didn't have a label over it covering with different ingredients or anything like that. It was still sealed, and I don't know. So it's either the same thing or it's not. I don't know. I guess for that one thing, I'm kind of taking a risk. I guess in the sense of, I don't know what's in there. But at the same time, it doesn't matter what company you buy stuff. You could run into a situation where, like, I don't know what's in there. And then you go, it's exactly what you thought, or it wasn't. Either way, you paid a bunch of money. I don't know. So it was about $60 for 5 bottles on Amazon. And on the Amazon reviews, it was comment after comment that they were fake pills. This is a scam. And you have to look at the label, and they're just putting a sticker over it. There was no sticker or anything. It seemed like the same bottle. Pictures match, you know, from the website I originally got from Josh to the Amazon one that I bought. There's multiple, so one 5 bottles for $60. And the NMN got from a, I didn't bring up the bottle. Oh, dang. I can't remember the name. It's one of the top 3 companies that they always talk about in all these different videos. It's Rejuvenate or Relentless Age. I'm not sure. I'll, after this is over, I will get the link and put it in the description for this video. So it'll be in the description. But buy 1 bottle, and then they're going to email you a 25% off code. and then go back and buy more. See, I bought 2 bottles for $150, which at 1 pill a day is 400 days supply. So that's not too bad. But after you buy one, they send you a promo code. It's like almost every email does. So good practice to buy one of anything. Check your email. And then go buy 5 more, because it's the same price as one. Or, you know what I'm saying? You get a discount. Can be helpful, especially when each bottle is $75 freaking dollars. So I was going to pay off my credit card, but then I stacked a whole bunch more money on there. Whoops. My brain is broke. This music is annoying. What the hell is this? Anyway, sorry. I'm getting distracted. Oh, shit. I don't want to lose my magnifier. Alright, let me scroll through my Amazon shopping list. And then we'll kind of go through. So there are 9. Well, Shh. That StreamYard sucks. Alright, no music. So in my Amazon shopping list, the total is $494. There are 20 items. So let me scroll way down. Haha. Finally at the right spot. So these are essentially for the support in the... Where the hell is it going? I'm losing all my stuff. The Sight Care pills. There. So a piece of chocolate a day. Dark chocolate, high percentage with what's that stuff called? Lind. So the brand is Lind, Lind, and they are 95% dark chocolate. So dark chocolate is good to boost the adult stem cell. And this is pretty much kind of what it's going to be like. This next one is NAD plus and 1,000 milligrams of resveratrol, or 1 gram. So 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. And resveratrol is something I took a long time ago, like I said earlier. And resveratrol is something that live forever. You want to be 120, the longevity crew, or that sector of people. You know what I mean? They love resveratrol and NAD. So NAD is like a natural compound kind of thing. Resveratrol is a, how do you say it, a flavonoid. Comes from, simply put, the skin of grapes. So purple grapes, that's it. you know, chemical, medical process and labs and all that different stuff. But it essentially is flavor, coloring from grapes. So NAD and resveratrol. So NAD is do I explain this now? So in the mitochondria, how do I explain all this? Let me get a drink. There's gonna be some sciencey shit. Hold on. Ugh. So in the mitochondria, or the mitochondria itself, whatever, you think of it like a shape of bean. That's kind of what people say a lot, is that it's the shape of a bean. And inside there's the energy transport chain and ATP and NAD, and that's where all this stuff comes from. And that's where the free radicals came from, that optic nerve and blah, blah, blah. So NR is the very first. See, I've studied so much this all it's like jumbled in my brain. How do I explain? So the bean, think of like a kidney bean. You're just holding and feeling kidney bean, the shape and everything. That's basically a mitochondria, or what we call an organelle. And those are inside the larger cell, and they're kind of floating around the nucleus and everything else of the larger cells. And these guys help give the bigger cells energy. So it's a, full kind of thing. Bigger cells give the littler guys, mitochondria, and different things when they call on it or they need. So it's kind of a synergistic relationship between the big cell and the little cell, the older cell and the younger cell. The older cell is small. Why? So the little bean is floating around inside a cell, and the kind of outside of the bean, like the skin that you can sort of peel off, it's thin. It's permeable, so you can kind of get through. And now you're in between the outer mitochondrial membrane. Outer membrane is really porous, so you can penetrate through and out of easily. But there is a space in between the outer membrane and the inner membrane, and that space is where some of the different chemical processes take place, and then they keep going into the mitochondria, and then it's inside the middle of the mitochondria, kind of floating around. And now, leading to the part that's important to us, the mitochondrial energy transport chain. It's not, I always thought it was in the middle, and I always thought these little things hanging down and what people tell you or drawings you've seen are the energy transport chain. They're not. The mitochondrial energy transport chain is kind of a part of the middle, a part of the inner membrane, and a part of the inner matrix, kind of the part where stuff floats around. That's also where the mitochondrial DNA is, in the middle part. So the mitochondrial energy transport chain is kind of pushed up against that inner layer, and complex 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 out and everything, So I always thought it was like a ladder inside, and each thing it is not. um, Now, one thing I haven't gotten to or come to understand, I guess, is the electrons and the protons and everything moving back and forth. Is that within the um, inner membrane in the complexes where all this movement is taking place? Or are the electrons and protons and chemical reactions and all these sorts of things taking place in, I guess I'll just call it the middle of the mitochondria, in the matrix where the goo is, or things float around, stuff happens, things like that. So that's one thing um, I have learned, that it's not a ladder going all through the middle of the mitochondria. It's like tucked inside the top part, the upper. Well, it doesn't have to be an upper, but in the drawing, it was an upper. It's basically a part of the membrane, and it works across that way through the coenzyme Q10 synthase and transporting NAD and molecules and ATP. Well, not ATP till later, but so anyways, my brain is broken. A lot of stuff going on. Let me see here. So the NAD and resveratrol, and on Amazon, it doesn't give a brand. $39.99. This one. So a lot of these I've kind of learned about in passing and added to the list because I heard or read. Well, a lot of times when I'm reading, I hear text to speech and stuff. So, anyways, reading, I read that alpha lipoic acid is good for the mitochondria in many ways. It helps to raise glutathione, the most powerful antioxidant that the body makes, and is important for mitochondrial health and cleaning up garbage, like our problem, reactive oxygen species. Also, a big thing in the longevity community. So these people trying to live forever, longer or better, or in a lot of ways, they're just studying ways to help us. Pretty cool. So let's see here. Aha. So in all the different studying, the mitochondria and the different complexes, like complex 1, where our problem is, that's where the genetic mutation, DNA, and then there's a problem at complex 1. And complex 1 kind of, I don't know if this applies to all the different mutations or not. But for me, 11778, at least. Yeah, I guess that's right. I don't know if it applies to all of them. But where they are located in the detail, yeah. There's also some, and shout outs to Lissa and her channel. If you guys haven't watched all of Lissa's YouTube videos, you probably should. I mean, got a lot of information on her channel, mainly from a doctor, scientist, group organization kind of standpoint or viewpoint. And I guess my channel is more of this is my story, personal experience with it, with LHON, I guess. And multiple sclerosis. And there's a lot of things in this plan that should or will help multiple sclerosis, especially the last one. All right, let's see. Okay, L-citrulline. L as in Larry, my dad's name. L-citrulline, L-I-N-E, lean. L-citrulline is. This is bad video because I've brain is so rattled I can't remember all the details of all these different things. And last night I would add 2 more to the shopping list to kind of study more, but I'll tell you about them. It's not going to look good of me. Or this one, whatever. So L-citrulline is one of the ones that will help boost ATP production because, God damn it, I feel dumb right now. There are 2 of these. There's L-citrulline, and then there is L-alginine. I can't remember. The L-alginine. I'm not saying it correctly. This is bad. L-citrulline is on the list because it helps to get the ATP to the end. It helps ATP along the energy transport chain. I guess I'm gonna put it like that. Here we go. So, this one I actually remember and know lots about. Ready to learn some science? One of our problems, LHON, is obviously the mutation in the mitochondrial DNA, and then that mutation affects a protein in the energy transport chain at complex 1. And this, in mine, at least 11778, this mutation causes like a really dumb protein to go out there and just start whacking all the ATP and the proteins and the NDAs, NAD. And anyways, it just breaks some stuff up and then it grabs it and shoves it down the toilet chute, garbage chute, whatever. So basically, this thing is going causing havoc and then throwing all the garbage out in the middle of the floor. Those are reactive oxygen species because inside the mitochondria, there's energy binded to oxygen, there's glucose to oxygen molecules, and there's a whole lot going on in there. So there's some things that can get broken apart, and some things have oxygen. Sometimes the oxygen gets thrown out into the room, and that is reactive oxygen species. And another thing I've learned, why am I blind? I just have a stupid mutation in my mitochondria. They're everywhere. My entire body is full of them. So I've learned that in general, there's kind of a couple places in the body that have the most mitochondria. And the brain, the heart, the liver, and the eyes are 4 of the top ones I can kind of rattle off top of my head. So in the eyes, we have reactive oxygen species causing our mitochondria, and the mitochondria are throwing those reactive oxygen species out into the nether region, and then the bigger cells are pooping them out too. So then we just have reactive oxygen species kind of lingering around or going in our bloodstream or whatever they do. I don't know. I guess that's a millisecond by millisecond decision by the body. I don't know. So those particular reactive oxygen species damage the optic nerve, the axonal pathway, and the retinal ganglion cell. Body parts that get damaged from LHON, at least in my case, one more A to G, and yeah. So, I even took notes. I've never done this before. From right now, if you go watch every video I've ever made on YouTube, I sit down and I just talk 10 minutes or an hour or 2 hours. I am broken right now. My brain is so full of stuff. Let me just keep rattling off this list. Because where's my magnifier? I never finished this. I said all kinds of stuff about it. So the mutation, complex 1, protein gets messed up and it goes and breaks stuff apart and just throws it out. Well, one of the reasons for things getting broken up and thrown out is it's not a protein. I don't know how to say it. Is it a molecule? Anyways, C38. Charlie Daniel 38. CD38 is the one who goes around and breaks stuff up and throws it down the garbage chute. So this on my shopping list, and I will definitely be taking and buying this. It's called apigenin. Okay, so apigenin essentially is something that lowers CD38. So with this one, with apigenin, that's the supplement. It's essentially dried parsley. If you didn't know, parsley will shut down CD38 in a big way, which will mean less reactive oxygen species and more NAD. Simply put, but too much apigenin, and you could lower the levels of CD38 too much, and you don't want to do that. So in this product I have on Amazon, they're 100 milligram pills, and I think it says to take 2 pills per day, so a total of 200 milligrams. Let me see here. What's next? All right. So next is a product that has in it NAD and CoQ10 and ribose. I want to know the milligrams. Oh, well, it won't tell me. So more NAD. The first NAD with resveratrol I'm not sure if I'm going to be taking, along with this one, NAD plus with CoQ10. So more sciencey stuff. NAD is too big of a molecule for the outer membrane of the mitochondria to say, hey, I want you in here. Come on in. Oh, my door is too small. So you're too fat. You can't come in. NAD has to be made by the body, I think only in the mitochondria, which are freaking everywhere. So NAD is made in the mitochondria, but it's too big of a molecule to get into the mitochondria, as far as I know. So I think taking NAD supplements are a waste of money, but I think I need to do more research in that, because this NAD plus, which would be the second NAD in the line, this one comes with 2,000 milligrams of CoQ10, which I also want in my plan, CoQ10, because it's essential. I think it's something that we need to have. CoQ10 is the thing that is responsible for transporting I think it might be NADH at this point. So from complex 3 to complex 4, or maybe it's from 2 to 4. I can't remember. Too much sciencey stuff. So anyways, from complex 2 to 4, CoQ10 is used to kind of grab it and say, come with us. Goes down the CoQ10 pathway to complex 4. So NAD plus CoQ10, I think is good. I want to have that. Have more NAD, NAD plus, NADH, NAD, all the different NADs, so that I have more ATP, get more energy, and all those different things. Because that's like broken in my mitochondria. Yeah, so I'm not sure if I'll be taking the NAD supplements. So I have the NAD plus resveratrol, and then I have NAD plus CoQ10. So that's the number one. And is basically black tea and green tea. And those are going to help again with the stem cell boosting and keeping their body in. I'm not exactly sure. I'm kind of putting this out and letting everybody know what I'm touching on, what I'm learning, and it's in a list, and I'll just refine and get down to better and better with the list. And then I plan to, like my AI said at the beginning, put together a team of different AIs and have them, after I think I've got my list done, they will go through and critique the hell out of it and say, well, don't do this. You're going to make yourself more blind. So that'll be, I bet you I got it all right. I'll just program the AI and say, oh, you did a great job. So yerba, YERBA, yerba mate, MATE. Yerba mate is a company that makes tea, and I know it's good stuff. My friend back in high school actually introduced this to me like 15 years ago, and I bought and drank a whole bunch of it back when I was on my whole vision quest to get vision back. back in 2010, that kind of time frame, and it's good tea. So green tea and black tea will also help boost the production of stem cells. This is huge. I don't want to go into it yet. Uh, guys, I found something fucking amazing. Gotta stick around. So this next one is called taurine, 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 and taurine again is to help boost the stem cells. But as I looked into it more, and again, this was at the beginning of kind of doing all this stuff and putting together this list and research and things. So there's like 900 pounds more taurine. Taurine is really good for the retina. In a lot of different ways, it brings the nutrients and the proteins to the retina and adult stem cells. All that is shown and proven in studies and different things. So taurine isn't, or being kind of bought up by one side, and then it's gonna be made a prescription, and the average person will find out about it in about 15 years when they can go at their doctor. Yay! That's why I hate. Yeah. Anyways, if you haven't seen my video on a Debenone, go watch that. That Debenone makes me mad. It makes me so mad. I hate a Debenone. I feel like I've got experience with what is happening with NMN, because of a Debenone. I've been blind over 20 years now, and about 10 years ago, well, I guess it was almost 14 years ago now, I found a Debenone through the very first study on a Debenone that Santhera Pharmaceuticals did, and at that time it was called Katina. So I printed that out and went to my book, like, oh, look at this. So a Debenone, yeah, go watch that video. Number 6, I think, podcast number 6 or 7, something like that. But I have really good news about that, I think, at the end. More research. So again, taurine to help provide the nutrition, to help to draw the nutrients, different things, vitamins and minerals that are needed to help rebuild things like the retina or the macula. So taurine is actually, I think, really good for the eye, and I will be taking that one as well. Well, so this next one is actually like a throwback for me, kinda, because time has gone by, technology is different and better, science has gone on, and what I have is from 1600, like the year, so 400 years old. It's very old technology. What I'm talking about is light therapy. So, when was that? I don't know. It's like so many health issues through the years. I After getting multiple sclerosis, I started looking into doing light therapy, and I got um, Darius Dinshaw is his name. He's the one who created um, dang, I forgot what it's called. Color light therapy using glass colored lenses. So I have that, and I reached out to some lady who had a YouTube channel and business and everything, and I thought that her product was awesome, and found out how much it cost, and I was like, "Whoa! You think you could hook me up? I'll promote you on my YouTube." Yeah. So then she was like, "No, no, no, no." She sent me some of that. So I have glass colored light therapy, which is very good. I do like it, and I do think that it's not bullshit. But like I was saying, time has gone on, technology and studying research and studies and on and on. So now, instead of using the um, glass colored filter for red light, mm, they or in general, um, LEDs are used now for red light therapy. So there's a lot of talk about how good they are for freaking anything. Because if you buy the right kind of infrared and red light and you put it both at the same time simultaneously, um, some of the infrared can penetrate the skin up to 3 or 4 inches deep. So it can work more on a molecular mitochondrial level, and it really has um, color receptors on it. What? Yeah. So your mitochondria can see red. Well, fuck you guys. I only see green. I'm red green colorblind. Anyways, so on my Amazon again, this kind of comes into the world of a person created a company. They have the device. It does this. There's some research and backing and all that, kind of like with the NMN. Um, there's a lot of companies, probably at least 7 that I've come across that kind of work in that same frame. Um, they are their company. They promote their product, their company. And theirs is better or different than the other ones, and it is what it is. But it can be from $300 from like a 12-inch by 12-inch square, to like $1,400 for one size of a stand-up mirror. They would stand in front of something like that. So I don't want to spend $2,000 on freaking red lights. Again, I went on Amazon, and they have the whole bunch of different devices and all kinds of different pricing. But what is important from what I've gotten, all the different videos and some of the different I've read, is that you want red light in between 650 to 820 nanohertz. Now is that how it's like? I don't know. I'm not a light guy. I hate light. That light is really hurting my eyes. Actually, let me turn this off. Ah. Yeah, so red LED lights with the infrared or the near infrared red light. It's $40 for just kind of a Amazon one, but those things about the red LED lights in between 630 to 820, right in that range. That's the kind of red light that we just want to have. Your body loves it. Mitochondria love it. Your hair loves it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff about all of these different things that I've studied, and I'm kind of just drawing a blank on most of it. I feel like I'm done already. I am not. So red light. Let me see if there's anything. So the one I've got in my shopping cart, on Amazon says red light thing. It's $41. Generic info for that. I don't know if you feel better buying it from one of the actual websites. They have their own company and research, and they're doing all the thing. They have a different device, or a different packaging, because from what I can tell, excuse me, they all have red lights. Then before ordering, I'll do more research into looking into like the power or the frequencies and all of that sort of stuff. So, damn it. I did not want to drop that. There we go. Next on the list, let's see here. So we've got red light. And this one also good for the mitochondria. And also, this one might help me in other ways than dealing with antioxidant. This also helps boost glutathione. So it has an antioxidant, cell energy cleaning device into it. N-acetylcysteine, NAC is what it's called. NAC. So can help kind of junk from cells and bloodstream and different things like that. It's good. Doctors use it in kind of like an emergency situation for overdose on Tylenol or acetaminophen, things like that. So NAC, N-acetylcysteine, is not brand new and good for mitochondria in the sense that they will help clear out free radicals, like just garbage sitting around, and boost glutathione. So those are all good things. Mm-hmm. All right, so for this one and one other one, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe there's two. I might have deleted it. This one I was more positive about because it didn't. Just my research didn't turn up like a big long list of side effects, which I like. I don't want any damn side effects. um, like NMN, that's a molecule inside the mitochondria. It doesn't have all that much to it. It helps the mitochondria make NAD before it goes into the mitochondria. So, a molecule, I don't really have that much worries or thoughts about that sort of thing. There we go. So this is liposomal calcium AKG. And again, I can't tell you all the details about this one. There's a couple more that I put on the list, but I do have a caution, I guess. Lipid calcium AKG is something that will how do I put it? There's so much research. So in the mitochondria, there is, like I was talking about, just throws them down the garbage chute or the trash chute or whatever. That's like the pathway out. Pathways in, like NAD is too big to get into that little hole to get inside the mitochondria, so the mitochondria actually has to produce it. I'm not sure if taking NAD is pointless, because why waste that money? It is NAD I need. I want more NAD to make more ATP. And I think that we have less NAD because CD38, which is not incredibly uncommon, when we're younger, our CD38 levels are very low. And as we get older, the CD38 levels increase. When we're young, the NAD levels are high. And as we get older, the NAD levels go down. So it's kind of, they crisscross. Let me see this thing here. I don't know how to bring this one up. I'm not exactly positive on this one. MTOR. mTOR. Is it a protein? Is it a molecule? Is it a pathway? Is it a chute? Is it a protein? Is it some of those things? Is it all those things? I don't know. But what I do kind of know, when it came to things involving the mTOR, I know the name. I know the name. Something, something, something. Reponite. Megatunnel of repronicin. That's not it, but that makes sense. Megatunnel of repronicin. Anyways, so the yes, the calcium AKG opens up that tunnel and allows things to come in and go out. And is that correct? Not sure. So kind of there were 3 things that I found just kind of in passing that I added to the Amazon shopping list as just a placeholder. And that would be one of them, is the AKG or calcium calcium AKG. Let me say that again. Calcium liposomal AKG. And this is kind of the same thing. So the next one on the list is liposol. Oh dang. AMPK. AMPK. It's another molecules and everything has to do with the fuck. I feel so dumb. The end of February, Ali told you, I'm going to refine this list down and be a lot more clear on the different things. But the last one's really cool. Oh, that goes with the last one. That goes with the last one. All right, so the next one on the list, this one again, is one of those ones that I kind of added and a little bit of a placeholder, so it'll either be something I buy or it'll be something I drop. And there's quite a few of those type of things on this list. So let me see. There we go. Lutin, Lutin. Oh, lutein. Sorry. The next one is also kind of like that. So, Lutein, lutein. And listen. Again, this is another one that I actually found this last night and just added it to the list so that in 3 weeks, probably in 3 weeks, I'll be able to kind of go through this list again and really refine and do real deeper research on each one of these and that sort of thing. So, UROLITHIN. Urolithin? Urolithin. A. Urolithin A? It's hard to read 2 letters at a time. UROLITIN. A. Okay. On to the big news. Big news. Holy crap, buddy. I got so many things in my shot. Ha ha. I need a drink. Remember how I told you to go watch my video on Adebanon? Excuse my language. Adebanon fucking pisses me off. And I think it's the same thing that's happening with NMN. A company, a doctor with financial backing, whoever it is, however it works out, somebody grabs a hold of something and they're like, this is good for them. And we've got to make it a prescription. A synthetic, a CoQ10? Really? I didn't know. Anyways, I'm mad about it all. And I have been led astray. The whole time I've been blind. Last 14 years or so. I have thought that adebenone was the only thing that will give your mitochondria a electron. Listen to what I know about that happening with adebenone and CoQ10 and the mitochondria. Adebenone lends mitochondria an electron so the energy transport chain can work. I've had this for 20 years, and that's basically all I know. What? Where does it give it? So check this out. Fuck a Debenone, fuck a Debenone, methylene blue. So, this I think could be amazing. As far as I can tell. And the problem is not on the methylene blue side. Methylene blue has been around since 1878. So like 140 years or something. It's not new. Methylene blue was originally synthesized to dye fabrics. That is why we have blue jeans. Same stuff. Well, kind of. So the stuff that methylene blue that would dye blue jeans is kind of in a chalk form. Methylene blue that we would take is in a liquid form. Both very blue. Like a bright, deep royal blue. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'm not the best to describe color, I guess, because I'm colorblind as hell. But so methylene blue. I know a lot more science about this stuff. It's awesome. Methylene blue is a redox. I don't want to call it a chemical molecule. Yeah, it's a molecule. Yeah. So basically, what it does is you can think of redox as like a circle. On the top, it's positive. As it goes around and falls down to the bottom, it's negative. As it goes back around to the top, it gets positive, then it's positive, then goes back around and down, and then gets negative. So that circle is like a redox, a redo. I'm going to do this, then do that, then do this, then do that. I'm going to get this, then go here, go there, go here, go there, you know. So methylene blue is blue because it has one less molecule of oxygen than it is capable of, or not one less, I'm sorry, one less electron. That's what we need. So it carries one less electron than it's able to. So methylene blue comes equipped with, I'm not exactly sure about this part, but for illustrative purposes, 3, and it can carry 4 electrons. So methylene blue is a very small substance and can get into the mitochondria through the outer membrane, through the inner membrane, and saturate the whole mitochondria if that's what happens. And it's good. It'll clean up all that junk. And it donates. The only term I've ever heard with adebenone is lens. It lends. What do you mean you need it back? Oh. So that's always been kind of perplexing to me. What do you mean it lends? Like if I lend my friend the lawnmower across the street, they better lend that shit back. I don't know. So how does that work? But not with methylene blue. It kind of can give it, take it, give it, take it, give it, take it, on and on and on. Redox. So kind of circulating or redo, positive to negative, negative to positive. So, having gone through all of those different little pieces, methylene blue is carrying 3 out of 4 electrons. Now, it can give our mitochondria, I don't know if it can give all of them, but let's just imagine it can give mitochondria 3 electrons. Cool. There's space for one more. So that's got to come from somewhere in the body, because we don't have like an electron stick to kind of touch all the yeah. So one thing, let me get my phone here because it's in the shopping list as well. Methylene blue. Oh, go through some measurements and dosage kind of thing real quick, because this is a little bit hard for me to understand, at least. The dosage is like teeny tiny. Like you swallow more spit every time you swallow spit. You know what I mean? It's very small amount. So let me see. I got I gotta look through this real quick. Hiya. Hiya. I feel like a ninja. I if measuring this, because the way it works is, hold up real quick, let me go close my door. Sorry about that. Stepdad came home and my door was open. What was I talking about? Methylene blue. That's what I made that video about. I was like, blue, blue, blue. Methylene blue. Methylene blue. Yes. So, methylene blue dosage and the way you measure and get it and all those different things. So, in general, I can't say this for a fact. A ounce is about $30, and in a ounce there is about 30,000 drops. Not even squeezing the thing, they just kind of fall off of the eyedropper. So like a teeny tiny amount of liquid. Just bloop. You don't squeeze the thing, really, because you get like a whole bunch. That'll be your whole dose. So what you do is your body weight in kilograms. So I am 63 kilograms. So I would do drop, drop, drop. I would put in 63 drops. That's annoying. And a lot of us can't even see enough to see the drop fall. That's pretty much how I was before I took all the vitamins and everything. So one, I would have to get help by somebody to either, kind of pre-measure, or every day when I take this, to do the drops and count them, do all that. So for a low dosage, you do your body weight in kilograms. Mine is 63. 63 kilograms. So that would be 63 drop. That is 0.5 microliters per drop. I know, right? Microliter? I never heard of a microliter. So to get one, you have to do 2 drops. And half a drop, or not half a drop, but half a dose, because 2 is 1. So kind of think about it like that. 2 is 1. And 1 split in half is 2. You're kind of taking a half of a dose. So that's how I will do it starting out, is methylene blue with a half a dose, essentially 63 drops, and that isn't going to be all that much liquid. Like, it'll fit in a thimble, like a thumb thingy for sewing, or like a Monopoly piece. So a ounce of this stuff should last almost a year. Did I just tell you that you have a different alternative to a Debenone for about $30 for about a year? I'm scared to say something like that. But I feel for me, I think I kind of have. I don't know. Fucking Debenone. Yeah. Methylene blue is so incredibly good for you. It's insane. Did you know methylene blue is the very first ever drug approved by the Food and Drug Administration to be a prescription drug? Methylene blue, a dye, first originally created to dye blue jeans blue, or different garments and stuff. But that's originally where blue jeans came from methylene blue, which got its name from because it's blue. So methylene blue, I think, is amazing. And like I was saying, imagine it has 4 spots where you could shove an electron and say, hey, there you go, you move on. And then when you kick it on, and it moves on its way, it goes into the mitochondrial energy transport chain, where it can give an electron or more. It has 4. Well, in this hypothetical example, I don't know exactly how many spots there are. The more the better, I think. So these methylene blue insert the electrons on the backside of complex 3 and to all of complex 4, and whatever receptacles or spots they have available. So if one cubbyhole is empty, in goes a methylene blue electron. In goes this, in goes that. And then when NAD floats by and it's missing an electron, it just pops right out, and then you have a full NAD with, I believe it's 2 electrons. That would make it positive. Yeah. So anyways, methylene blue works, as far as I know, just like a Debenone. And it gives the mitochondria energy transport chain a electron, or maybe more. I haven't found that out yet. And methylene blue, molecule of it that gave the electron, can take an electron back. And then give an electron, and then take an electron back, and then get redox. I don't think a Debenone can do that. So, I don't know. I just think that's cooler. Another thing I think is cooler is a Debenone used to be like this really bright, cool yellow. If I dropped it on the floor back when I was taking it, yikes, where'd it go? Nope, it's right there because it's yellow and my carpet was blue. Or, you know what I mean? Contrast. So methylene blue, if you wouldn't guess, it's blue. um,
Brian, I am.
uh-huh. Methylene blue. Methylene blue. Yeah, that one makes me feel really happy. Methylene blue. Let me see here. Let me see. Back of my shopping list. Oh, that one is next. There we go. Aha, there we go. So, alright, where's my mouse? Sorry, I had to look through my shopping list on Amazon real quick. So the top search result, methylene blue on Amazon, the top search result is a 2-ounce bottle for $31. That is definitely a year supply. So, like I was explaining, your body weight, say I weigh 140 pounds, kilograms, 63 kilograms, 63 drops, that's 0.5. 126 drops, that's 1. So 2 ounces is approximately 60,000 drops. So I think that's almost a 2-year supply for $31. But there's another part. Dropped it again. Oh, wait. I'm looking. I got too much stuff in this list. There we go. So, all right. So, like I was saying, think of this as there are 4 spots in the methylene blue where an electron can go, but it only comes with 3 electrons out of the bottle. Or, you pour it in, you measure it up, you drink it. It only comes with 3. I want more than that. So, a way that we can, before we ingest it, get it all the way up and make sure that it has all of the electrons that it can carry, so that we have a better chance of, in the end result, getting more ATP, because we're raising NAD, we're raising this, we're lowering that, CD38, different things. We're essentially trying to make from NR, the very first molecule in the process, all the way to ATP to ADP, now back around, and your own body redoxes and kind of circulates this, and that's sort of how it works. So, with the methylene blue, what we want to do first, so that it has more electrons, is all right. So, I'm planning on using maybe like a 2-ounce shot glass or something of that nature, like a little container that I can put this into. And what it is ascorbic acid. So ASORBIC. AS, not AB. I was thinking absorbic. It's ascorbic. Ascorbic acid. And a 1 pound container of it is, scroll down, $16. So, over a year supply, definitely over a year supply if you're doing one. And forgive me, I forgot what it's called. It's not a milliliter. It's a microliter, because a milliliter is quite a bit. Another thing in my shopping cart is like a, how would you call it? Like a biologist or science lab eyedropper, and it's a 1 milliliter dropper. So when it's filled all the way up, it's 1 milliliter. So that's 1,000 drops. I can't take that much. So the dose I'm taking is just a teeny little bit in the tip of the thing. I mean, it's maybe like 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch worth of liquid at the bottom of the medical eyedropper. So it's not that much liquid. But so what I'm planning to do is small glass or shot glass like that, and put a 1/4 teaspoon of ascorbic acid in there, and then fill it with about 3/4 full with warm, lukewarm, whatever water you've got laying around, because the minerals break down and bind better in room temperature or a little bit lukewarm water than cold or hot. So I think that it's way more than enough time to pour the ascorbic acid in, pour some water in. About 2 minutes later, all of the crystalline acid stuff that you put in, the ascorbic acid powder, the 1/4 teaspoon, all mixed in and dissolved. Then you add your methylene blue drops, or amount that you've already got measured out, or however you do it. The blue liquid turns the whole glass like amazing bright blue, deep blue, and the ascorbic acid actually redoxes and takes that from the top, the methylene blue, we're pouring in the glass, and it's at the bottom, and it's all mixing together, and it turns almost clear, and then it gets back up to the top, and it's redoxed. So now all 4 of those spots have an electron, and it's not blue anymore. I guarantee it's a bad thing for me, because I will spill it, I will put dye on everything, and it will look like a Smurf got blown up in my bathroom. Because that's what I plan on doing at the bathroom counter. So, dose by dose, I do not think that we can say I have a 1-gallon glass jar or whatever, put a pound of ascorbic acid in there, and then pour 2 ounces of methylene blue in, and then shake it all around, and it goes from blue to kind of milky clear, and then drink that, and just save that over time, because after it redoxes, it goes back to blue. And then if you shake it up, it's white again. And then if you let it sit, it goes back to blue. It's like morphing and color shifting. It's cool. So methylene blue is, I'm really excited about this, because when Josh texts me and the link to the video about the adult stem cells and how that can be used, or trying to influence adult stem cells so that things in the eye heal. I thought that was a good approach. Back in the 2010, 2012 kind of time frame was when there were what do you call it? It wasn't a trial. It was just information about stem cell treatments in China coming out, and they had one person from LHON and kind of promote stem cells for LHON. Well, over the years, I don't think that that's really gone too much of anywhere, but in general, using stem cells to help repair the damage, because we have damage. That's the reason we lose vision. It's bullshit. So the absorbic acid, 1 pound container, $16. So again, I don't know if 2 ounces will be a year supply for you. Whether or not you go through working with a healthcare professional, a naturopathic physician, or whomever that has some experience, knowledge in this type of medicine in the natural world. Methylene blue is not new. There's over 30, I can't remember, I think it was 35,000 studies on methylene blue. For like everything. Depression, gone. Yeah, on that note, this shirt that I'm wearing right now has the LHON symbol on it that I made back in 2009, and someone had this shirt printed out for me. What was my point? My brain is so raveled. I need to go to bed for like 3 days. I think there's still some more things on the list. Oh. Yep. Let's see here. Okay, so I talked about lutein. Lutein is one of the important vitamins for the energy transport chain. Urolithin. I already did that one. Huh. Okay, let me see. Click. Damn it. Put my phone down. It's distracting. Yeah, so that's kind of the wraps on the haps. Josh, you got me into this and you broke my brain. But you know what? I am very positive. I will get more side back. I have been disappointed because about the vitamin, and I got kind of sparked my interest, and I started doing research and everything else, and I was really sad. I was like, well, what am I doing all this for if I can't even have a dipinone? But also, I wanted to have my AI art business do really well and be able to buy a bunch of Adepinone and give it away, give it out on my channel. I have no idea how. Create a random number generator or something. But I don't think that we need an Adepinone. One thing that kind of bugged my mind out is I've never heard of anything ever, since Adepinone and being blind and all these things. In our world, there's nothing else ever in any way. It's like a hard fact. That's kind of my feeling in the sense I get about it all. Nobody's specifically told me these things, but that's kind of how I feel about it. But in the longevity community and the methylene blue also has a big part to play with that because it's so good for your mitochondria, it's good for your skin, it's good for depression, and this is another really big one. Damn, I forgot what the date was on that study I read. I think it was in the 60s, 1963, something like that. Like a long time ago. They did a study on Epstein-Barr virus, or mono, and methylene blue. And methylene blue cleared it up real nice, real quick. That's kind of what I got from the little synopsis I read about it from ChatGPT. Instead of reading whole documents, now you can read a summary. AI will. I mean, if it's in the document. If it's not, it'll tell you. Or, like, I'm trying not to bash on different AIs. There are some AIs out there who will just kind of do whatever. I think it's fun. I have a fun mode. Whatever. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I have a big list of stuff off the top of my head, and that's kind of what this is right now. Off the top of my head. Going through the list, I don't have all of the details. In a week, I won't have all the details. In a month or two, I've really got a lot of the details buttoned down, a plan buttoned up, and ready to go outside because it's cold. Yeah, on a side note, it's been 30 degrees outside my house for like 48 hours. Just cold all of the time. My neighbor thought it was the best days of the year to pressure wash her driveway. Who does that when it's 30 degrees? Anyways, I ain't getting the work done, so good thing they did, I guess. We'll talk to you guys soon. Hopefully, everything keeps working out well with the different research, the things I'm finding. There are a lot of things that I have found that will really help boost the overall health of the mitochondria, help boost adult stem cell production, help boost certain enzymes and proteins and different things that are needed to remyelinate the neuron sheath or neuronal sheath. I don't know. I can't remember how you say it. So all the wires in my head are all scraped up. I have lesions from MS, and the red light therapy combined with NMN, combined with methylene blue, combined with what is it, the AKG, all of those things I think are helpful in pushing the so if the system to rebuild myelin was a guy, the things in this plan are good at pushing that guy to get the goddamn work. And when he does, that'll heal some of the lesions. And that will be good for my legs because my legs don't freaking work sometimes. It's kind of random. Some days they're really bad. Like earlier, I was just leaning up against the bathroom counter, looking at the mirror, and my left leg was just started shaking up and down like violently. It was like, bah! I was like, what the fuck? And I had to like lean all my weight onto that leg and get it to stop bouncing. Thanks, MS. So, I do really think that Josh definitely inspired me by bringing me something using adult stem cells to try to heal the problems in the eyeball associated with the eyeball, optic nerve, those sorts of parts. And then my research just started going, and it's only been a month, and I've got 20 things that I tried to go through today. And be clear about the name. I hate it when people will like mumble rap over a name. Because I mean, I can just sit and talk like this, and then we just, chat and bullshit. But if I'm going to give you a name of something, I want to say it like clearly and pronounce the letters and maybe even spell it out. No, nobody else does that. It's annoying. So, anyways, I try to just go through and spit out what I'm thinking, what I'm doing. And where I got some of these ideas from. Josh is kind of responsible for setting me into overdrive. Update on my AI art. That side of the business that I was trying to do. Still doing it. I haven't made any sales since July. So, using that to be able to buy a LHON, to be able to give to you guys or whoever, and probably take myself, isn't really feasible. I don't think. If it was, I have been planning for right about now, since the beginning of starting this AI art in the Etsy store and doing all this different stuff. I've been thinking September, October, that kind of time frame, and then I need to get enough listings built up, and then people will have enough choice to choose one or two. But what I didn't realize is that the pace of AI is so fucking fast. It is so fast. Yeah. So it's like none of it's really relevant anymore. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm just mumbling about AI. I think I've done that for the last 6 months. So I hope what I've said today is kind of helpful and maybe sparks an interest in you, maybe going and looking up some other stuff or really getting more in depth on some of the things I mentioned, because this is just like I did this too early, like beginning stages of what this is. So I will talk to everybody probably at the end of February. Stay up.